must be cruel, only to be kind. Thus bad begins, and worse remains behind.
You know, 3 years ago, if you told me that you're buying a Harley-Davidson, I would call you a fool. I would say you obviously fell for a marketing scheme. There is no other reason to get one. Harleys are overpriced, underperforming, low-tech, and unreliable vibration machines. Just get yourself something Japanese, brother. You're better off that way. But then, I bought one. Turns out the story is more complicated. And this is why you're probably wrong about Harley-Davidson. Dear Diarrhea, we've been making the same overpriced, underperforming, low-tech, unreliable, vibrate you to death piece of machine for decades. We need something new for the new millennia. We need a modern cruiser. We have a great racing engine. What if we could build a street bike with that engine, letting the race technology trickle down? But there were challenges. The race engine was, well, a race engine. It was unrefined, expensive, and made to last a weekend, not years and years of city traffic and cruising. Plus, it was water-cooled, something that Harley-Davidson had never done with a street bike before. Dear Diarrhea, I wish there was a company that recently switched to water cooling. And I wish they had an engineering consultation sister company that could help us in this daring endeavor. And there was a company with that exact description. From across the pond, ladies and gentlemen, I take pleasure introducing to you, drumroll, Porsche Engineering. Porsche Engineering helped the race engine become usable on the streets. The result was called the Revolution engine. It had twice as much horsepower as the usual Harley of the time. It didn't vibrate you to death, and it passed the notorious Dusseldorf reliability test. This test is difficult for car engines to pass, let alone a motorcycle race engine, but they did it with no compromise whatsoever. Mine here is 16 years old now, and it has more than 38,000 miles on it. Works like a Swiss watch. Fortunately, a lot louder. Take a listen. It still cruises like a train, and it still has a lot of torque down low, like a V8. That's how an American machine should be. In 2002, fire-breathing V-Rods started blessing the roads with their striking silver-colored bodies. It wasn't painted silver, it was unpainted bare metal, just like a Cybertruck. They looked and performed like the 21st century cruiser that they were supposed to be. The new generation of Harley-Davidson looked great. I wish that was the end of the story. Unfortunately, V-Rods never sold very well. Most customers kept buying the same old, underperforming, low-tech, vibrate you to death machines. Because that feels familiar and adds character, whatever that means. What did Harley do about that? Give up? Hell no. They doubled down. They made even faster and better looking versions of V-Rod. One of the new and improved versions was called the NIGHTROD. And then they made a special version of the special version and named it the NIGHTROD Special. That's what I have here. You will always be special to me, my unloved child. Eventually, V-Rod and NIGHTROD were discontinued, but their spirit still lives on. The Sportster S, Adventure, Nightster. they all have the new and improved version of this same engine. It's called Revolution Max now. But you barely see any of the bikes I just mentioned on the road. You mostly see Softails, Road Kings, or Road Gliders. Why is that? Because customers still mostly buy old school machines. That's a damn shame. Turns out even Harley wants to build more modern machines. They just don't know how to sell them. Maybe they need to contact Porsche again. So from the race engine to co-development by Porsche to passing the most torturous reliability tests in the world, from the challenges that accompany progress, and from 2002 until now, this bike has the most interesting story in motorcycle history, in my opinion. To celebrate that, I just bought him a new suit, also known as a body kit, and can't wait to put it on. Do you know another motorcycle that has body kits? Me neither. Over and out.